Hello friends, welcome back to Biovidyalaya. I hope you all are doing very well. Here in this video we are going to discuss about a red and far red photoreceptor, that means phytochromes, and how this is involved in flowering, seed germination and shade avoidance. At the end of this video we will discuss couple of CSIR net questions. So before going to begin, if you are new to our channel or you have not subscribed this channel already, then please subscribe and enable the bell icon. So you will get notification when I upload new videos. So let's start. So we all know that light is very essential for plants to do photosynthesis. Not only for the photosynthesis, but also for some process like phototropism, photoperiodism and photomorphogenesis also occur with the help of light. So, in plants, some photoreceptors or some pigments, that is known as photoreceptors, are present that can absorb different wavelength of light. This photoreceptor may be red and far red light absorbing photoreceptor, red and far red light absorbing photoreceptor. Example is phytochrome. And blue light photoreceptor, blue light. And example for blue light absorbing photoreceptors are cryptochrome and phototropins. Okay. So here in this video we are going to discuss about red and far red absorbing photoreceptor, phytochromes. Okay. So phytochromes, they are absorbing red and far red light. Okay. The critical factor responsible for flowering is the length of light and dark periods, which is dictated by phytochromes. They are photoreceptors, absorb red and far red light strongly, but also can absorb small amount of blue light. Okay. Mainly this phytochromes is absorbing red and far red light. That will mediate red light stimulated response like flowering and seed germination. Okay. They exist in two forms. PR form. PR form means that will absorb red light. And PFR form that will absorb far red light. PR form that will absorb red light and that will convert to PFR form. And PFR form that will absorb far red light and that will convert to PR form. Okay. As I told you that PR and PFR forms are interconvertible form. So these phytochromes can interconvert between PR and PFR form. PR that will absorb red light and that will convert to PFR form, and PFR form that will absorb far red light and that will convert to PR form. Okay. And this PFR form is physiologically active form of phytochrome. This is active form and this is inactive form. Okay. So, if PR absorbing red light, that will convert to PFR form. That PFR form is the active form. For example, seed germination. In this example, we can see that if we given red light, seed will germinate. That means if we give a red light, that time what will happen? PR form will convert to PFR. PFR is the active form. That's why seed is germinating. Okay. And here we can see that far red light is given. Okay. If we given far red light, what will happen? PFR form that will convert to PR form. This PR form that is inactive. That's why there is no seed germination. Okay. Here in this picture you can see that first red light is given. If red light is given, PR form will convert to PFR form. After that, far red light is given. If far red light is given, then PFR form will convert to PR form. PR form is inactive form. That's why there is no seed germination. Okay. Next, here you can see that first far red light is given. So, PFR form that will absorb far red light and that will convert to PR form. After that, red light is given. So, PR form that will absorb red light and that will convert to PFR form, the active form. So, here you can see that seed germination. Okay. So, PFR form is the active form. Okay. PFR form that will absorb far red light and that will convert to PR form. That PR form is not active form. Okay. Remember that. So this conversion of PR to PFR and PFR to PR is known as photo reversibility. Okay. Next is structure of phytochrome. This phytochrome, it is a homodimer looking like this. It is a homodimer consisting of a protein or a kinase. Here you can see that in this picture. This is the protein or kinase. Here this is the kinase that is covalently bounded to a non-protein part called the chromophore. Chromophore. This is the chromophore portion and this is the light absorbing part of phytochrome. This chromophore is the light absorbing part of the phytochrome. And this chromophore is also known as phytochromobilin. Phytochromobilin. So, phytochrome that is consisting of two components, chromophore and apoprotein. Next is class of phytochromes. Classification of phytochromes. Phytochromes are classified into type 1 and type 2 and that are differed in apoprotein component, that means polypeptide chain. And this phytochrome is coded by the gene PHY, gene family is PHY. and type 1 is called by PHYA, and type 2 are coded by PHYB, PHYC, PHYD and PHYE. Okay, and this PHYA, that means type 1. Type 1 phytochrome is light liable, that are not stable in sunlight. That means they are not stable in red light. Remember that in sunlight or in daytime, red light is more, but in moonlight or in dark, far red light is more. So this PHYA is light liable. They are not stable in red light. And it is active in far red light, that means in dark. And type 2 are stable in light. They are stable in red light. And PHYB is predominant. PHYB is the predominant type 2 phytochrome and involved in deethylation response in red light. Here in this picture you can see that this one is ethylated. Okay. Ethylation is the adaptation for growing in darkness. Okay. And deethylation means it's the process of greening when light is available. This is deethylated. So this PHYB is the predominant phytochrome type 2 and it is involved in deethylation response. Greening when light is available, that is known as deethylation. Here you can see that green plant. Here it is white color. Okay. So this is deethylated plant. Okay. Phytochromes, they can sense shading. So phytochromes are involved in shade avoidance. We can see shade avoidance response in sun plant. There are two types of plants, sun plants that require direct sunlight. That will require sun plants that require direct sunlight. Okay. And some other plants that is known as shade plants. Shade plants that is growing under shade. Shade plants that are growing under shades. They does not require direct sunlight. Okay. And this phytochrome that will send shading and signal plants to increase stem extension to avoid shading. That is known as shade avoidance response. Okay, let's imagine that if one sun plant that required direct sunlight that is growing under the shade. Okay, let's imagine that this is the sun plant that is growing under the shade. What they will do? There are phytochromes that will sense this shading and that will signal plants to increase the stem extension. This sun plant that will increase their stem extension, but that will allocate more energy or more resources to grow taller. That's why that plant that will reduce its leaf size, less number of branches and also less number of leaves. Okay, but that will become a taller tree, so that will get more direct sunlight. Okay, that is known as shade avoidance response. Remember that as compared to direct daylight, far-red light is relatively more during sunset, under canopy or shade of other plants, under 5 mm of soil. Okay. So, we know that during shading or in shading, far-red light is more. That's why red to far-red ratio is low in shading. As shading increases, red to far-red ratio decreases. In shade, far-red light is more. That's why red to far-red ratio is decreasing. The greater the proportion of far-red light, convert more PFR to PR. The ratio of PFR to total phytochrome decreases. We know that in shade, far-red light is more. That's why this PFR form that will absorb far-red light and that will convert to PR form. Okay, that's why in shading, PR form is more as compared to PFR form. That's why PFR to P total, phytochrome total, that will decrease in in shade. Okay, so in shade, PR form is more. That's why PFR to P total, that means phytochrome total, that will decrease in shade. Okay, here you can see that one sun plant that is growing under shade. This is growing under shade. In shade, PFR to P total is less, and also red to far red ratio, that is also low. That's why what this sun plant will do? This sun plant that will extend the stem. So stem extension will increase. Here you can see that long stem. Okay. So that will increase stem length and that will reduce leaf area. That will reduce number of branches. So less number of branches. These plants are allocating more resources for stem extension. That's why they are reducing leaf area, less number of branches and less number of leaves. Okay, here we can see that less number of leaves, area of these leaves is very less and number of branches is also very less as compared to these plants. Okay, that is shade avoidance response. Next is flowering response in plants. What is meant by short day plants? Short day plants means plants flower only when day length is shorter than the critical day length. That means less than about 12 hours. So, we can say short day plant as long night plant. They need long night for flowering. Okay. Flower during late summer or early winter. That time night length is longer as compared to day and short day plants can flower on that time. That means late summer or early winter. Okay. Next is long day plant. Plants that flower only when day length is longer than the critical day length. That means greater than about 12 hours. So, these long day plants that need longer day length for flowering, or we can say that need shorter night for flowering. Okay. So long day plants can also known as short night plants, and they flower in spring or early summer. Next is day neutral plants. Day neutral plants flowering is not influenced by photo period. It is not depending upon the length of day or night. Example, rice and tomatoes. Okay. So short day plants is also known as long night plants, and long day plants is also known as short night plants. Okay. You know who is deciding flowering? Who is influencing flowering? Night or day? Is it dark or light? Of course, this is dark. Dark period is influencing flowering. You have to remember that. If I say short day plants, then you have to remember that long night plants. Short day plants are long night plants. Short day plants flower when dark period is greater than light period. Dark period is greater than light period, then only these short day plants will flower. If night is punctuated by light for a few minutes, it will not flower. Okay. If we give night break, that plant will not flower. Here we can see that it is short night. Short night. Short day plant means that need long night. That need long night. Here it is short nights. That's why it is not flowering. Okay. Here it is long night. Yes. Short day plant need long night. That's why it is flowering. Here also it is long night. But it is not flowering. Why? Because here in between night for a few minutes a flash of light is given. It is night break. That's why it is not flowering. If night is punctuated by light for a few minutes, these short day plants will not flower. Okay, remember that. Next, long day plants are short night plants. So long day plants, they need short night for flowering. Long day plants flower when night is shorter than the critical length. That means night should be less than 12 hours. Then only these long day plants flower. Okay. Here we can see that night is shorter. It is short night. So here flowering is there. Okay. Here night is long. Long night. And short day. So here night is long. That's why there is no flowering. And here you can see that this is long night, but here there is flowering. Why? Because few minutes of night break shortens the night length, that will cause flowering to occur. Here A flash of light is given in between the night. That's why there is flowering. Okay. This is very important concept, how red light and far red light is influencing flowering in short day plant and long day plant. See here, red light at 660 nanometer is most effective in night break. In short day plant, you can see that this yellow color flower plants are short day plant. So here you can see that here it is short night. Night is shorter than day, so it is short night. It is a short day plant, that means that need long night for flowering. Here it is short nights, that's why it is not flowering. Okay. Next, here it is long night. Short day plant that need long night. Short day plant means that need long night for flowering. Here it is long night, that's why you can see flowering here. And here it is long night only, but you can't see flowering here. Why? Because here night break by red light. That's why there is no flowering. Next, here also it is long night, but here you can see flowering. How it is? Here red light is given, but here you can see flowering. How it is? Because far red light of 730 nanometer cancels the effect of shortening of night by red light. Here far red light is given after red light, that cancels the effect of red light. That's why you can see flowering in this short day plant. Next, here also long night. Here first red light given, after that far red light given, after that means last red light is given. Last which light is given? Red light is given. That's why here there is no flowering. Okay. Next, here it is also long night. First red light is given, after that far red light, after far red light and last far red light given. This far red light that will cancel the effect of red light. That's why you can see flowering. Okay. So, if far red light given last in short day plant, if it is given after the red light, you can see flowering. That you have to remember. Next is long day plant. Long day plant means you have to remember short night. Okay. So here you can see that short night. Long day plant is short night. That's why it is flowering. Next, it is long night. Long day plant that needs short night, but here it is long night. That's why it is not flowering. Okay. Next, red light is given in long night. That's why it is night break. Night break that will decrease the length of night. That's why it is now short night. That's why it is flowering. Next is First red light given in long night, after that far red light given. If red light is given, what will happen? Flowering will happen. If far red light given means that will not flower. Okay, here it is not flowering. Next, here in long night, this long day plant that will not flower, but here it is red light is given. That's why it is flower, but after that far red light is given, that's why that will cancel the effect of red. That's why there is not flowering. And after that red light is given. If red light is given at last, that what will happen in long day plant? That will flower. Okay. Next, it is a long night plant. In long night, this long day plant that will not flower. If we given red light, that will flower. If we give far red light, that will not flower. If we give red light, that will flower. If we give far red light, that will not flower. So, this plant will not flower. Okay. Is it clear? So next we can discuss some questions. This is the question from CSIR Net June 2008. Question is, which of the following monochromatic light are more suitable for growth and development of plants? Options are option A, red far red, option B, red blue far red, option C, blue far red, option D, red green. Without any doubt, we can say that correct answer is option B, red, blue and far red. So you have to remember that under blue light and red light, plants grow the best. Okay. So the correct answer is option B, red, blue and far red. This is the question from CSIR Net June 2017. Question is, in a photo response experiment, imbibed seeds were kept under the following light regimes and the germination status was noted as follows. So, these are the germination status under different light arrangements. Here D indicating darkness, R for red light, FR for far red light. Okay. In an independent biochemical experiment, it was demonstrated that the red light photoreceptor phytochrome is interconverted between two forms P and P' by red or far red light. Keeping this information in mind, which of the following combination of conclusion is correct? Options are option 1, red light convert P to P', P' promotes seed germination. Option 2, far red light convert P to P', P' promote seed germination. Option 3, red light convert P' to P, P' promote seed germination. Option 4, far red light convert P' to P, P promote seed germination. We know that in non-dominant seed, germination starts when a seed is provided with water. So, the uptake of water by dry seed is called the imbibition. Okay. So, here germination status was noted under different light condition. So, here in darkness, no seed germination. And red light is given in between darkness and you can see germination. And here far red light is given after the red light, then there is no seed germination. And after the far red light is given, so there is seed germination. After the red light, far red light is given, and here there is no seed germination. So we can say that red light is promoting seed germination. We studied that red light that will convert PR, that is inactive form, to PFR. This is the active form, and this PFR that will promote seed germination, and this PFR that will convert back to PR by absorbing far red light. Okay. So here an inactive form that is converting to active form by absorbing red light. So here red light is promoting seed germination. Okay. Here it is given that phytochrome is interconvertible between P and P dash. Here it is given P and P dash, but we don't know which one is PR and PFR. Okay. So here, which of the following combination of conclusion is correct? Okay. We can start with the option 4. Far red light convert P dash to P and P promotes seed germination. Here it is given far red light is converting P dash to P and this P is promoting seed germination. We don't know it is P or P dash, but we know that red light is promoting seed germination, but here it is given far red light. So this option 4 is incorrect. Okay. Next. Third option, red light convert P dash to P. Red light is converting P dash to P. Yes, that is correct. Red light is involved in seed germination. That is converting P dash to P. Let's see which one is promoting seed germination. P dash is promoting seed germination. Okay. So it is not correct. We don't know which one is active form, whether P dash or P. But here it is given red light is converting P dash to P. Okay. Then P should be the active form, isn't it? But here it is given P dash promotes seed germination. This is not correct. Okay. If it is given P is promotes seed germination, then it will be correct. But here it is given P dash promotes seed germination. That's why it is not correct. Next, second option, far red light convert. Here I can write far red light that convert P to P dash. Far red light. It is not correct because red light only promotes seed germination. Red light only converting inactive to active form. So this statement is not correct. This option is not correct. So option 2 is incorrect. Next option, option 1. In option 1 it is given red light. It is converting P to P dash. So we can say that P is inactive form or PR form and P dash is the active form. Okay. And next statement is P dash promotes seed germination. Yes. Here it is given P dash is promoting seed germination. This active form P dash is promote seed germination. So the statement, so the option 1 is correct. The correct answer is option 1. Red light convert P to P dash and P dash promotes seed germination. This question is also from CSIR Net June 2017. Question is, the following scheme shows the flowering status of a plant species and the photoperiod regimes in which it is grown. L denote light period, D denote dark period. Which of the following conclusion is most appropriate? Options are option 1, species is a short day plant. Length of dark phase determines flowering status. Option 2, species is a long day plant. Length of dark phase determines flowering status. Option 3, species is a short day plant. Length of light phase determines flowering status. Option 4, the species is a long day plant. Length of the light phase determines flowering status. So here different flowering status of a plant species is given. Here we have to find whether this plant is a short day plant or a long day plant. And also we have to find which period, which phase, dark phase or light phase is determines flowering status. We know that short day plant that need long night for flowering. Okay. Long night for flowering. Night is determining flowering. It is not day. So, short day plant that need long night for flowering, and this short day plant that will not flower in short night. No flowering. And if we given night break in between this short night, if we given night break in between this short night, that will flower. Okay. And if we given night break in between long night, that will not flower. Okay. And in the case of long day plant that need short night for flowering. Okay. Long day plant that will not flower in a long night. Okay. Long day plant that will not flower in long night. If we given night break in between this long night, if we given night break in between this long night, then there will be flowering. Okay. And if we given night break in between short night, there is no flowering. Okay, this you have to remember. Here you can see that L for light period and D for dark period. Here dark period is more, so we can say that is a long night. Okay, here flowering is there. If in short day plant we can see flowering is there. So this is a short day plant. Short day plant need long night. A short day plant will flower in long night. And darkness is determining flowering, not light period. Dark period is determining flowering, not light period. So here it is short day plant. Here long day, short night. There is no flowering. So we can say that it is a short day plant because here we can see that short night means there is no flowering in short day plant. Next is there is a night break in between this long night. There is no flowering. So this is short day plant. Here night darkness is given in between light. We know that night period is determining flowering, not light, not flowered. Next is night length and darkness. Light period and darkness is same. Here also no flowering. Dark period is long. Long night. Long night. Long night means there is flowering. So it is a short day plant. So we can conclude that this is a short day plant. Here from this option we can say that flowering is determined by dark, not light. So from these options the species is a short day plant. This is correct. And the length of dark phase determines flowering status. This is also correct. So this option 1 is correct. Here option 2 species is a long day plant. This is not correct. And the length of dark phase determines flowering. This is correct, but this is not correct. It is not a long day plant. Next option 3 short day plant. It is correct, but this is not correct. Here this long day plant, this is not correct. Light weight is, this is also not correct. And so correct answer is option 1. The species is a short day plant. Length of dark phase determines flowering status. So I think now it is clear for you from this first status, second status, third status and sixth status, we can conclude that this is a short day plant. And from this fourth status, we can conclude that dark period is determines flowering status. So the correct answer is option 1. So here I am winding up this video. If you like this video and find it helpful, please click the like button, share with your friends and subscribe this channel to get more videos like this. Keep learning. Thank you.